So as of 4 p.m. today, I am on administrative leave for 2 weeks, and then I'm out of a job. I am a DEI manager, and because my company holds federal contracts, they gotta let me go. And I just want to say that before, I feel like this is gonna be my last post about this, but a lot of people think that we need to go back to merit-based hiring when DEI is actually the merit-based hiring. DEI says that if you have the credentials, if you have the skills, the abilities, the knowledge, we don't care what you look like. We don't care what your race is. We don't care what your sex is. We do not care about your gender identity. We don't care about your sexual orientation. We're going to hire you because you're the best person for the candidate. DEI hiring is may the best person win. Because when you don't have DEI, you do shit like we seen in 2016 when Trump hired his son, his daughter, his son-in-law, and all of his damn chromies that he's been working with for years. He put them in spaces and places within those offices. Most of them jokers went to jail. That's on them. But that's what DEI prevents. It prevents that good old boy system. It prevents us from hiring unconsciously, being unconsciously biased. That's what DEI prevents. Right now, Trump has a slew of billionaires that's going to be in his cabinet. They're not even, none of them have any experience in these jobs. None of them have the credentials to do the jobs they're doing, but he's able to put them in there. That's what merit means to them. But DEI is actually the merit-based hiring process. My job is not just about bringing in black people. It's make sure we're getting the right people in. And sometimes the right people, a lot of times the right people is not white and they're not male. And that's okay. That's okay. We need, no matter what, we got to hire the best fucking people. Then when we hire those people, we got to make sure they're being paid fairly. That not just the white men are getting paid the most money or the white people. We want to make sure everybody's getting paid fairly across the board. When opportunities come up, everybody has an opportunity to be a part of, to grab onto those opportunities. Not just a certain set of group that we like over here, that we're grooming over here, but everybody receives the opportunity. And to make sure that once you come into that job that you're heard and you're seen and the culture changes so that we're not walking around saying things that is inappropriate, that is going to offend someone because they come from this particular group and we don't know the actual words or the language. So I educate people on other people's cultures. I educate people on what's appropriate and what's not. I educate people on the history of this country and the history of indigenous people and black people and people of color in this country, so people are aware of the actual strife that we've had and how far that we've come and how much further we have to go. So not only do I make sure we're diverse, I make sure we're being paid and with the same opportunities are spread across the board. And I ensure that we all understand each other from a cultural perspective. That's what DEI is. DEI is merit-based training, merit-based hiring. DEI is the merit-based hiring. So I ain't got no job. So I'm on y'all asses. Be prepared. Okay, a lot of people have asked me this question, and I want to just first start off and say my company has been amazing. We talked about giving me another position in HR. That's not a good idea because I am DEI personnel. Even if we change my JD and everything, they created a hotline. The White House created a hotline for people to be able to call and say and tell on their companies or those federal agencies they still have DEI personnel. That could literally break our company because we are a federal contractor. We could lose contracts over that. That just makes no sense to do. Now, when it comes to outside of HR, because we have so many contracts, we have a ton of program and project management positions and things like that. But here's where the problem lies. If you look here, what I have behind me, This is one of the contracts we have, PEPFAR. Now, it's not a sole contract. There's other companies that have pieces of this contract, so it's not a sole contract of ours. But PEPFAR is one of our contracts, and he just defunded it for the next 90 days now. It's not forever, and our company right now will be fine because normally contracts go from fiscal year to fiscal year. So as of right now, nobody's going to lose their job. But what happens after those 90 days? What happens after those 90 days? So what if I got to pay but what if I say, hey, I want to become a program manager within PEPFAR, and I apply for that and I get it, and then it's gone over the next 90 days. This man still has vendetta out against Dr. Fauci. He does not care nothing about medical research. Not to mention, I work for a nonprofit. There are companies that are privatized that can bid on the same contracts that we bid on. We have some sole contracts that nobody else can bid on, but most of our contracts are bid on by other nonprofits and privatized companies. So they could say, screw y'all, we're just going to let the privatized companies make the money because we're all about the 1%, right? There's no guarantee in anything that we do right now. My company is so entrenched in medical research that one of the individuals that worked for my company was on Dr. Fauci's rapid response team. He reported to the White House. I started working in February of 2022. He was still reporting to the White House at that time every single day. He's back in the office now. But when you have an administration that don't give a damn about medical research, my company is literally running around like chickens with their heads cut off right now, y'all. So some of y'all ask me, what company? I'm not accusing y'all of anything, but we know how the internet can get and how people can, go off and kind of do their thing. I'm not going to do that because my company is like seriously being amazing about the situation right now.